Hi Saqib, welcome and thanks for talking to the Tribune. Uh, First of all, kudos for your wonderful performance in '83.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Monica. Thank you.
I remember the last time we met, you said you would love to work in a sports biopic, and the cricketer you chose was Yuvraj Singh, and here you were playing Mohinder Amarnath. So, but still, was
Matlab,
it a
I
dream?
manifested it. I manifested it. I put it out in the universe. I kept
Mhm.
repeating it. I kept repeating it. And here came a film.
So, if not Yuvraj, Mohinder Amarnath, I mean, it's a
अरे
dream
वो भी
come true
पंजाबी है ना.
anyway.
वो भी पंजाबी है. युवराज भी
वो
पंजाबी है.
भी
वो भी पंजाबी है. So I like going back to Punjab.
So a dream come true any which way.
100%. 100%.
Yes.
I'm just grateful that I'm part of a film that celebrates the 1983 victory. Very important film, directed by Kabir Khan, who I've always wanted to work with. So just really happy, got to play a living legend like Mohinder Amarnath on screen, and getting all the overwhelming response that I'm getting for the film. It's really, really heartening when I'm speaking to journalists, and the first thing they say is that they talk about 83. So as an actor, it really, really makes my heart warm, and it makes me really happy.
In fact, after Ranveer, I think you were most impressive.
Okay. After you said?
After Ranveer, I can't.
I love
I can't be
Ranveer. I think
that
he's
biased.
fabulous.
I can't say before Ranveer, of
He's
course.
fabulous. Of course, he's fabulous. He's one of my favorite actors. So
Yeah.
you saying stuff like that really makes me happy.
So coming to Unpaused, Naya Safar, this is a sequel to the earlier anthology.
I don't. It is season 2 for sure. It is,
Season 2,
but
right?
it has no connect with the earlier stories. Like you rightly said, it's an anthology. It's 5 different stories, 5 different makers, and a lot of different set of actors. It is season 2 of Unpaused, but it's a Naya Safar.
It's a new beginning. Tell me a little about your segment, Teen Tigada, is it called?
It is called Teen Tigada. It is, as the name suggests, it's about 3 people. And 3 people who shouldn't be together end up being together in a lockdown type of situation, and they're stuck. And everybody has their own motivation to go back. My character, Chandan, is a guy from UP, Bihar, who is a small-time conman robber who thinks that this job is his last job, because after this job he wants to go back to his wife who's 8.5 months pregnant, have their first child, and move on to a different life. And he gets stuck in this go down where he's kept all the loot. He gets stuck there because of the second lockdown, and he's constantly on the phone with his wife, who wants him to come back, and they're not getting hospital beds. So the whole situation that the whole country went through is told to us in a way that makes us feel connected to the story, that we've lived that life. But also at the end of it, it gives us hope that there is always hope, that things are going to get okay if you really want them to be getting okay. So I think that's the thing about the film that really caught my fancy. That here was a film that was talking about the lockdown in a positive way, was giving me some hope in times like this.
Yeah, in fact, the earlier series also was about hope, and it wasn't pessimistic at all.
Yeah.
It was quite optimistic. Have you seen the earlier one?
Sadly, I haven't. I'll be really honest.
Okay.
I don't want to lie for the sake of an interview and say, "Oh, I saw it and it's lovely." I'm sure it was lovely. That is why season 2 is being made. I'm just happy that I got to work with the set of people I got to work with. My director, Ruchir Arun, fabulous guy. All my co-actors, Ashish and Sam, and all the other actors who are playing small bits in the film. So yeah, it's just been a very good experience working with passionate people who really wanted to make a good film. And a young team. The director is 35, 36, and he seemed to be the oldest on set. So it was a very young team who really wanted to make a fun film. The AD team was new but very hardworking. Very interesting DOP I worked with. So just worked with a bunch of really cool people, and we think we've made a really, really unique and good film.
But young and a very capable director. I mean, like what's special
100%.
about? Yeah, and
Ruchir,
National Award winning, I think.
Yes, he's won a national award for his diploma film at FTI, if I'm not wrong. So all my co-actors, both the other actors were FTI actors. My director is from FTI. I felt like I was in FTI working with them. It was a great fun workshop, yeah. I would call this film a workshop, genuinely, because we were all out there trying to do something new, to explore a little more. And the best thing about Ruchir is that he has so much fun at what he's doing. So you kind of imbibe that in yourself. Like when you're seeing somebody putting in 100%, then you are compelled to put your 120, right? When you see people around pushing themselves to do what they're doing, but at the same time, he makes the process so enjoyable. So I feel like kudos to him for having to been able to create a world like that when we were making this film. It was a difficult film. We shot under 4 days, and sometimes we had to shoot slightly long hours because there was a lot to shoot. But he kept the atmosphere on set very jovial, very light, very fun, and great guy. Yeah. I see a lot of passion in him when he's, even if he has to tell me, Nonika, that I have to go straight and take a left, he will say it with so much passion that you'll feel like कि ये दुनिया का best scene है. अगर ये मैंने अच्छे से कर लिया, मुझे Oscar मिल जाएगा. So I think he really values his work, and he puts in a lot in his work, and that just kind of sometimes when you see that, you also are compelled to put in your 200%.
Is he a master of little things like the series he directed?
Like 100%. He likes to play with the small things, the smaller nuances, and he notices the smaller nuances, which for me is as an actor, that really makes me happy. When you do the little things and the director sees that and he understands where you're taking the character. So his understanding of characters is very good. And he was like that with all three of us, not only with me. So yes, he's a man of detail, of little things.
But as an actor, is it satisfying to work in an anthology? This one has 5 shorts. Considering that, of course, you're not the main person there.
I'm the main person in my life. I don't need anybody to tell me I'm the main person in something or not. I'm the main person in my life, Nonika. So, to be really honest, that thought hasn't crossed my mind. The only thought that crossed my mind when I was doing this film is that it's a very unique character, a very different character for me, and a very unique story to be part of. I have been part of anthologies before. I think I was part of the first anthology in Hindi cinema, Bombay Talkies. So I understand this space. And so I got a lot of love and acclaim for my part in Bombay Talkies. So if you're trying to equate it with कि अरे क्या होता है short फिल्मों का, बहुत हो जाता है.
I'm just asking from your point of view. Of course, Bombay Talkies.
I enjoy it. Your
segment was very well appreciated, directed by Karan Johar. Yeah.
Yes.
And it was a very
again I played a very different character. Bold तो पता नहीं यार, actor हूँ. मतलब acting कर रहा. If I'm playing homosexual in a film, I'm being bold. That's not being bold.
I mean, like today, of course, we are more open about such issues.
100%. At that point, I was very nervous doing it. I'm like, यार मेरे पापा क्या कहेंगे? First thought तो ये था कि अरे मेरे बेटे को क्या हो गया है? ये क्या कर दे? You know how parents are, right? They are just unaware of a lot of things. But now you're right. We are in a time where we have stopped judging characters on the basis of their sexuality. We don't judge characters like that. At that time, the fear was कि अगर ऐसे role करूँगा, will I get leading men roles in my life? एक था वो sense of fear, but then I overcame it by saying it's a great role. It's a once in a lifetime kind of role, yeah. And if it is good, people will watch up and applaud, and that's what happened. So I feel like every film has their journey, every character has their journey, and this Naya Safar will have its own journey. Teen Tigada, out of the 5 films, will have its own journey. And I enjoyed playing the character. I enjoyed doing the film. So for me, that is the process is what is important. What comes out of it, यार वो मेरे आपके हाथ में होता तो आज मैं शाहरुख खान होता
ना. So, but do you think we've had enough of pandemic now? I mean, to be having another season of something around pandemic?
कहानियां बनाते रहो जितनी बनानी है, बट अब खत्म कर दो, अब खत्म कर दो, अब नहीं झेला जा रहा है। अब वो पेशेंस की घड़ी, मतलब वो पेशेंस का घड़ा भर चुका है। So can't handle another. Don't say it, yeah. Don't jinx it, please don't.
But what is that one thing that paused in your life during the pandemic, and one thing that unpaused? I mean, one plus and one minus of this period.
One plus was the fact that I stopped working for a while. I feel like I become a duller person if I'm not working. But what was the plus was that I got to spend time with myself. मैं ना पिछले 10-12 सालों से काम कर रहा हूँ, बट रोज सुबह उठ के भाग रहा हूँ, कहीं जा रहा हूँ, कुछ करना चाहता हूँ, ये मुझे एक्चुअली अपने साथ टाइम मिल ही नहीं रहा था। और अब एक टाइम ऐसा आ गया था कि अपने साथ बहुत टाइम मिल गया था। सो आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन हैपेंड, अ लॉट ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ माय ओन सेल्फ हैपेंड, कि मुझे क्या करना है लाइफ में, मुझे क्यों करना है लाइफ में, व्हाट डू आई एक्चुअली फील अबाउट सर्टेन थिंग्स इन लाइफ. So a sense of clarity did come in because of the pandemic.
So what did you discover? What is the new thing that you discovered about yourself?
That I can still write. I used to write when I was in college, and I somehow stopped doing that. I started writing again, which is therapeutic for me. It really puts me at ease. Sometimes, you know, the mind is filled with tons of thoughts, and there's so many you can't really actually think what do you want to think. Sometimes एक ख्याल आता है किसी के बारे में, फिर आता है कि वो काम करना है. I started journaling, which I never used to do before. So that's somehow just made my life slightly clutter free, and that has given me time for myself, which I think I wasn't getting earlier.
Is an autobiography in the making? I mean, like Saqib Unplugged or memoirs?
अभी जीने तो दो जीवन. ऑटोबायोग्राफी लिखने के लिए पहले बायोग्राफी लाइक तो बन जाओ.
Memoirs.
Something I don't know. I
just book.
No, I definitely keep putting stuff on Instagram. A lot of it. I in fact wrote something for the experience of 83 recently. You should check it out. It's something which is very heartfelt. So I keep putting it out there, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram, here and there. I keep putting out things because I feel like as an actor, as an artist, sometimes you feel about certain things, and sometimes poetry and sometimes just basic writing can help you put your thoughts across, which is very important, and which I have started doing recently.
You made your debut in 2011, and you were very well appreciated. But in 2022, how do you look back? Do you think career-defining role has still eluded you? And that includes your foray in OTT space, where you were seen in Rangbaz and Crackdown as well. And also
देखो यार, मोनिका, मुझे अगर जिस दिन लग गया कि मुझे वो रोल मिल गया है, तो मुझे करना है और मैं बन गया हूँ, तो वहां से तो डाउनफॉल ही है. अभी अगर हम ऐसे जा रहे हैं तो ऐसे ही चलते रहते ना, कहाँ जाएंगे किसको पता है, कौन सा रोल कहाँ पहुंचाता है. हम तो ईमानदारी से काम करते रहते हैं. Like work with honesty, work with diligence, work with the right kind of people, and stop looking at things like ये मेरी लाइफ बदल देगा. Start looking at things कि मैं इसमें क्या कर सकता हूँ. So I feel like that approach has changed in me. मैं वो नहीं सोचता कि अरे ये पिक्चर के बाद लाइफ चेंज हो जाएगी. पहले जब दिल्ली से आते हो ना, आप ऐसे ही सोचते हो कि अभी मेरा फोन बजेगा और अभी करण जौहर का फोन आएगा और बोलेगा बेटा तुझे 3 फिल्में दे दी हमने. वो सब नहीं होता है. वो सब होता होगा किसी के साथ, मेरे साथ नहीं हुआ. So I just now have started enjoying whatever I'm getting, and I'm getting to play with. I'm getting to sink my teeth in characters, films that I would like to watch, and that's it यार. इतना नहीं सोचने का लाइफ में. काम, सुबह उठो, काम पे चलो, काम करो, घर आओ, खाना खाओ, सो जाओ. ये लाइफ है.
Destiny will take you where you're meant to be.
Where it has to, ना. Why do you have to fight destiny? Why, like I was fighting destiny कि मैं सब बदल दूंगा. नहीं, सब बदल जाएगा, तुम बस काम करो. No platform is wanting to give you the exact numbers, right? सबकी फिल्म तो most viewed फिल्म होती है. मैं रोज किसी ना किसी की फिल्म का देखता हूँ. मोस्ट व्यूड फिल्म इन 24 hours, मोस्ट व्यूड फिल्म इन 48 hours, मोस्ट व्यूड फिल्म इन 1 week, number 1 here, number 1 there, number 1 in Singapore. अरे, so what is the parameter to judge on OTT, right? There are no numbers to judge by. So I feel like जब एक तरफा मोहब्बत मिलने लग जाती है, जैसे जब सेक्रेड गेम्स आया था या पाताल लोक आया था, फॉर इंस्टेंस, जब पाताल लोक आया था तब कैसे एक तरफा माहौल था कि अरे क्या आ गया ये इंडिया में, अरे 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 जयदीप अहलावत, द न्यू इरफान खान, मतलब there was such a big shift in the whole entertainment business. Like I feel like Patal Lok has to be given credit for that, because I remember पहला लॉकडाउन हुआ ही हुआ था. लोगों को समझ नहीं आ रहा था ये लॉकडाउन कब जाएगा, क्या होगा, क्या नहीं होगा, and suddenly a show came that just took over the country in a way. That is what Patal Lok is. That is what आपको पता चल जाता है आपका शो अच्छा है कि नहीं. फिर आपको वो मोस्ट व्यूड इन 24 hours नहीं डालने की जरूरत होती. जब स्कैम आया तो सबको पता चल गया कि अच्छा शो था, किसी को बताने की जरूरत नहीं.
waiting for your Patal Lok?
Ma'am, I am waiting for good work. I am waiting for good work. I am waiting for just, like I said, to wake up every day and get to work. I'm not thinking about this thing will change my life, or anything can change anybody's life. It is the collective efforts that you put in your work every day. बूंद बूंद से सागर बनता है ना. कभी पूरा सागर हमारा थोड़ी होता है. एक एक बूंद करके कमाएंगे ना मैम. क्या टेंशन.
In OTT space, do you think the platform matters more or the creator?
The creator always, ma'am. The creator always, in whatever context you ask me, even in movies, it's the director, it's the people who are making the film that matters. And सबसे पहले तो script matters. Then the people making it matters, then the platform or the medium it's coming out on. Genuinely, for me, I could be completely wrong. Some people will say different things, but for me, this is how it works. This is the order. Script, people who are making it, and then where it's supposed to come out.
And where else do we see you in future, apart from, of course, Unpaused?
Ma'am, अभी जुहू में हो, अगर अभी आ रहे हो तो. अभी जुहू में बैठा हूँ.
Okay. So which movie would this be, or a series? Can you reveal?
I am doing Crackdown season 2 right now.
Okay.
And I've done a horror comedy film with RSVP that's called Kakuda, that has Sonakshi, Ritesh, and me. So these are the two things beside Naya Safar you see.
Anything you would like to say to your fans about this particular series? Why should they be watching it?
Because you should watch it. घर पे होगे, घर पे क्या करोगे? Amazon Prime आपके पास है ही है, तो Amazon Prime चलाएं और नया सफर देखें. बहुत खूबसूरत 5 शॉर्ट फिल्में हैं, उसमें से सबसे अच्छी मेरी है, तो आप मेरी वाले सबसे पहले देखिए.
Right. All the best for your future.
Thank you, Nanika.
And thanks
Thank you,
once
Nanika.
again.
Lovely talking to you always.
Same here.